my name's Nicola and I'm from RDX Sports, and today we've got with us Joe Gallagher from Gallaghers Gym. I've just got some quick questions to ask you, Joe. How is the gym atmosphere following your successful weekend?
It's flying. Capped off a great 12 months and also a fantastic year for Scott Quigg and Callum Smith. I've got two more lads fighting this weekend, Jose Bolton and Marcus Morrison, two good up-and-coming prospects, and that'll finish off a great 2014, but 2015 is going to be even bigger and better. We've got some huge fights lined up, and kickstart the year with Anthony Crow's world title fight at the Phones for You Arena in Manchester.
Great, okay. Are both Quigg and Smith back in training, or do they have a few days off?
Well, Scott Quigg, he fought in September, had a couple of days off and he went straight into camp for this one. He's now going to be out at the end of March, so I've given him a week, 10 days off. He usually has a week off, but he insisted he had longer because he's a gym rat, he lives and breathes it, and he's gone and took himself away to Dubai. And same with Callum Smith, has been busy since he's been back from a hand injury. Fought in August in LA, fought in September, fought in October, then he's just fought now in a 12-round contest against a world-ranked opponent. So both kids deserve a well-earned break, and that's what I've told them to go and do, and that's what they are doing.
Okay, great, thank you. How did you feel that the performance went with Quigg? Obviously he managed to hold 12 rounds. Was he tired afterwards?
No, Scott Quigg is one of the fittest boxers in British boxing, if not world boxing. He lives and breathes the sport, trains very hard. I thought it was a very good performance from Scott Quigg. We didn't know much about the opponent. The opponent knew plenty about Scott Quigg, and as the fight progressed we had to work him out, and Scott Quigg started very strong, put some manners on him earlier, some hurtful punches, and then changed his game halfway through it and boxed on the back foot. It showed a lot of people a lot of things I hadn't seen before with Scott Quigg, and he finished the 12 rounds and was up against a very strong, durable opponent who was ranked very high in 3 of the world governing bodies and number 8 in BoxRec. So I was really pleased for Scott Quigg to get 12 rounds under his belt, because he has been knocking everybody out within 2 or 3 rounds of late.
Yeah, great, thank you. And with Callum Smith, he also performed well against Sliker. What's next for him?
Callum Smith, well, like I say, he's having a break. It was a good performance in Schlocker. Callum's only been a pro 2 years, and to fight that kid who's only lost 2 world title fights to world champions, it was a really good performance, and he showed good maturity, and he didn't burn out. He showed good patience and performed in a well-disciplined contest. He's got to have a break now. The plan is to bring him back possibly February, March, and then most probably another fight in May, and then the plan is to get George Groves in the ring. If George Groves wins that world title, and I think that'll be a great fight, possibly in Anfield, Liverpool. Haven't had a huge boxing fight of yet. Manchester's been very privileged. They've had Ben Eubank at Old Trafford, they had Ricky Hatton at Man City. London had George Groves, Cal Froch this year. I think it's about time one of the Liverpool football stadiums, whether it be Goodison or Anfield, holds a world title fight there, and we've got plenty of fighters in the city to do that.
Great, okay. You have a team of successful boxers that you brought up through the ranks. Who would you say are the ones to watch for next year?
Well, I think there's seven or 8 of them are all ranked in the world top 10 at the moment. But I do feel the kids next year to watch out for Callum Johnson, light heavyweight, he's 10-0 now, and Jose Bolton, he's 10-0 as well. He's having a contest this weekend. I think they're the 2 kids to look out for next year, as the next kids to come through and fight for the British title and go on from that as well. But they're the 2 kids to make waves next year.
Great, okay. You have some new RDX bags in the gym. How are they helping with the boxers' training, and is there a particular bag that you prefer out of the range? No,
listen, the bags are doing really well. The lads, the head body bag down there, Liam Smith loves it. Macklin and Quigg love the white bag that's behind me. No, very good bags, very durable. Some bags that you get are too heavy or solid at the bottom and soft up top. No, but they're very durable. They're a good weight bag, and the lads can let the shots go on them. And no, I've got to say they've got no problem with the bags.
Perfect. So you've been a professional boxing trainer for over 10 years now. Has it been a smooth ride? Nah,
far from it. You have your ups and your downs like fighters do. But like I say, you've got to enjoy the good times while they're here. And I think for what we've achieved in the 10, 11 years, I've had a lot of success that a lot of people would give the right arm for. We've fought in world titles, British titles. I think we've won 9-10 British titles, and been unfortunate a few world title challenges, Macklin in Germany, Paul Smith in Germany against Abraham. But we've got a good set of lads and a good team, and we win together and we lose together.
Perfect. And what inspired you to become a boxer?
I think it was my family. I think I was 10 at the time. I was doing karate, and was in school. Obviously I was watching the fights way back then, Muhammad Ali and Spinks and the bigger Ali fights with my dad, and I was always aware of boxing. My dad was always making me watch it, and one of my friends in school said there's a new amateur boxing club starting up, and they were going to it, and went home and said to my dad about this boxing club, went down, and it was with Jimmy Egan at Wythenshawe Forum, and I stuck with it. After a year or two my mates all finished with it, but I stuck with it, and so I was there till 17, and then joined Phil Martin at Moss Side then when I was 17, 18.
Great, okay. And what inspired you to become a coach as well? What made you...
Early on when I was at Wythenshawe, I used to help out with the juniors at the time when I became a senior, and don't know, I'm not saying that I'm brilliant, but I was beginning to see things in contests, not necessarily myself, but in other things, and I just thought the work that I did on pads with some fighters, and in contest I was reading situations a little bit better, and I was always quick to give advice to your gym mates that you do in the boxing and that, and so it took off from there really. And then when I was at Moss Side, Phil Martin was training the pros, and he asked me to take over and coach his amateur team, and listen, with a great trainer, and Phil Martin, who were 4 British champions at the time at the famous Champs Camp, had a great teacher, both him and Jimmy Egan, and I'd say the rest is history.
Great, okay. Your team describes you as being passionate. What makes you so determined? What drives you?
I don't see, they all say that, I've heard other people, I don't say that, I just see that that's my job, and there's a saying, you don't feel like you're going to work. I get up in the morning, and it isn't a case of, oh, I've got to go to the gym, it's, now that's where I'm going, and I enjoy going, and if it's getting up at 5 in the morning to take the lads swimming in the pool, or the lads in Bury swimming, or on the track late at night time, or in the gym here till midnight, I don't see it as it's a job or a work, it's something that I love doing. I wouldn't change nothing for the world for it. I just feel that's my job, and that's it really. And whether say, you know, your desire and everything else, I don't see that. That's just what I feel that all trainers should do. You're being paid by them to do the best for them and try and make them the best that they can be when they get into them fights. And I just think that's my job, and no more, no less.
Great. Okay, thank you.
No problem.